Good morning, Bella Vista. JB Portello here with another In the Know. And I am with Tom Judson, our COO, and boy, do we have some great news to share with you today.
Yeah, it's another great day.
Always. And don't you love this weather?
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Okay, so let's jump right into celebrating success, because that's my favorite part.
Yeah, so the first one is Alex Sanford. He's our pro shop manager. Up at Highlands, just always does a fantastic job. And then we also recognize all of our maintenance crew at Highlands. They'd been nominated. They're just doing a great job. So that includes Superintendent Greg Jones, Brahman Holloway, Russ Miller, Marvin Madewell, Patrick Bettis, Logan Turner, James Apperson, Logan Newby, John Billingsley, and Dale Meisner. So they're just doing a great job.
Yeah.
They're just a great team. I'm just so proud of them.
And they were kind of surprised the other night.
Well, we were only able to get one of them to attend because remember, they start really early in the morning.
I know, because I live there and I hear them. Never mind.
So we were only able to get one of them to attend because all the other ones were probably already asleep.
Yeah.
So, but it's always great to recognize them.
Yes, absolutely. Well, another thing that you've got out there recently is the surveys on the update of ideas from the community on Berksdale South. Isn't that going to be called Bluebird? Is that what I understand? Or is that a different
that's the
place?
other side. This is Berksdale South. Now, Berksdale South truly is a working title.
Yeah.
It's a working title.
It might be a bird, though, huh?
It could be a bird.
Okay, never mind then.
We're talking about the section that's right next to Allen's.
Okay, gotcha.
And we got about 30 acres there, and we really want input on what does the community think is the best use of that land. There's about 30 acres. We sent out an email asking for input. Make sure, and it's kind of a long email, and I do apologize for that, but I wanted to make sure that we create the narrative of, these are restrictions of the land and what we can do, and so all those things. And so we want everybody's input. The other survey that we want the membership to fill out is the 5-year strategic plan survey. Where the board has been working on that. Well, we sent out the original survey to get information from the membership. November, December of last year. We got 12,000 responses. We also had the focus group meetings. From that information, we then created the 5-year strategic plan, draft copy only. Now we're going back to the membership. Give us your input. And so we're actually receiving some really good input. I can't remember the numbers, but it's about 1,500 responses for each of them so far. So that's great.
And you're not sharing yet?
No, I'm not going to give any information. I'm not going to, because I don't want to place any thought in anybody's mind.
Yeah.
Well, Tom talked about this. We got to, and then all of a sudden we see a bunch of comments about that. No, I want this just from the membership. Give us your input, and then we'll go through and we'll see if these make sense.
And when are we going to know that?
The deadline is October 10th for both of them.
Okay. Surveys are always fun.
Yep.
And I know Jessica really loves surveys because she has to compile all
She
of
loves them as much as Richard Dawson.
Okay. Fair enough. Okay, let's go on to yet another fun thing we're doing right now, an update on the assessment campaign and what we might do as a plan B.
Yeah, so I always try and think about plan A and plan B and sometimes plan C. And so right now, we have 1 week to go until we find out the outcome of the assessment campaign. We're at 43.7%. Wish we were already over the threshold. Not sure if we're going to make it. I remain optimistic, but it's getting close where I'm a little bit concerned. So the board took a vote last week, and they voted to move forward with Plan B under a couple of conditions. So let's go back to the governing documents from 1965. They contemplated all the way back then in our declaration the possibility of not being able to get a quorum of 50%. And so if you go out with the exact same question, within 90 days, the quorum goes from 50% down to 25%. So the board voted that we'll go forward with a second vote if we don't hit the 50% quorum. Now, they also added to that we have to have support of the community. So let's say we miss quorum and the community did not support the assessment increase. why go out for another vote?
Exactly.
It's a waste of time.
Yes.
So if Plan B does kick in, by the board already voting on this, it allows us to move a lot quicker. And so the cutoff would be October 17th for members in good standing. And then the ballots will be mailed October 31st. And then the vote would end December 6th at 6 p.m. And we'd have the meeting at Lakepoint. And that would be the special meeting of the membership. And we would have at least a 30-day notice on that, which is required by the governing documents, which go back to 1965 once again. So, once again, this scenario that we're in, the Plan B scenario, it was contemplated all the way back in 65. So we're doing exactly what the governing documents provide.
Well, and that first, maybe you said this already, but I didn't hear it. So the first, October the 4th is when we know the results of the first.
Correct.
Yes.
So once again, and I've said this in board meetings, we know what the percentage is. Any member can go online and you can see that. Nobody knows how people are voting. We'll find out on the 4th.
Okay. And then if it's Plan B, the December the 6th, I think, is the next one. Okay.
And what we're trying to do is, by moving as quickly as possible, first of all, we stay within that 90-day window as prescribed in the 65 documents, 1965 documents, but also we need to know the outcome because we need to do our budgets.
Right.
Also, our membership comes out in droves in December to renew their golf memberships, pay for this, pay for that. So we need to know what our amenity user fees are going to be. And if we don't get this approved, then chances are the board is going to approve an increase in those fees. So we need all that information as quickly as possible. Hence why we're moving quickly as opposed to sitting back, letting us catch a breath. Plus, I really want to avoid the holiday season for this.
Right.
Let's get it done by December 6th, and we'll be ready to go.
Excellent, excellent. Okay, and I think you said too, if you still have a question and you haven't voted yet, either go to the website. There's some frequently asked questions, or give you a call.
Give me a call. I received a lot of emails. I respond to every single one. I've even had one-on-one meetings. People really were passionate, and once people hit about 4 or 5 questions, we're better off just sitting down in a meeting, because answers to those questions end up leading to more questions.
Exactly.
And a free-flowing dialogue where we can talk about issues, so forth. And we usually cover a lot more than typing into a computer. Gotcha.
And another thing we all need to be aware of, I believe we have to remove our signs by September the 29th.
Yeah, that's by city ordinance. So if you have a 343 sign out there, please remove it by September 29th.
Okay. All right. Well, I can't wait. We also need to remind folks, even though many of them who use the facility a lot already know this, but Riordan Hall is closed.
Yeah, we're closed. We're starting the renovation. Yahoo! I'm happy. This is exciting.
It is exciting.
Yeah, that building needs it. Oh my God, does that building need work?
And I think our membership, from what all I've heard, they are excited. They're a little dismayed that it has to be 9 to 12 months or whatever, but it will be worth it.
Yeah, it's progress is painful.
It is. It truly is.
So we're going to get it done as quickly as possible. But we've all year long we've been experiencing supply chain issues. So I remain optimistic with 9 to 12 months. But optimistic is the key word.
Absolutely. Okay, so let's remind everybody, too, about all those classes that were at Riordan. Where did they go?
Well, they've been moved to the other locations. So, rec department is doing the best they can to make sure that we fulfill as much of the needs of our membership as possible.
Okay.
With the constraints that we have at hand. Riordan Hall is our largest building by a long shot. That's 20,000 square feet that we're losing. That's hard to make up.
So in the meantime, any larger meetings will be at Lakepoint, because that's our next largest facility.
Correct. Okay. And that's really limited in size, too.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. But it's a beautiful place.
It's a great view.
Which kind of leads me into saying goodbye to you. and thinking about our next guests right
Yes.
after the break.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank you.
you bet. We'll take a break and we'll be back in a minute. Hi, Bella Vista. As I promised, we now have a very important guest, Lisa Papin.
Hello.
Hi. And you are, tell me again.
I'm the Catering and Events Sales Manager with the Bella Vista POA.
Yes, you are. And that means more than Lakepoint.
It does, yeah. So I manage events at 4 different locations at Highlands Pub and Pizza Kitchen, Lakepoint Restaurant Event Center, BB, Bella Vista Country Club, and our newest addition, the Gear Gardens, Blowing Springs,
Okay.
which is our outdoor venue.
Yes, it is, and it's fun.
It is stunning.
But we're going to talk about Lakepoint today mostly, right?
Yes.
Okay, so we just had, and I say we because I'm a member,
Right?
just had a great 5-year anniversary of Lakepoint.
We did.
What
yes.
happened?
So we just celebrated our 5-year anniversary, our grand reopening after our renovations, and it was very well received. We had an excellent menu prepared by our chef, and the feedback that was received was that it felt more luxurious because it wasn't as crowded as, say, our 3rd of July celebrations, where we're packed fully and there's a ton of people in the space. So
Well, and the other thing that made it elegant, 2 things. The food was fabulous. It was different and
Yes.
fun. It wasn't the same old thing. And my personal thing, you use glasses instead of plastic.
yes, we know.
I would have helped you wash the glasses if I'd have had to. But really, no, it was very, very nice.
Yeah, it was.
Music was good.
Yes, he did well. He did well. It was.
Everybody
a
loves
lovely-
John Prine.
Yes, he's not.
It wasn't John Prine, by the way. It was just
No, it was the whole thing. It was just
Yeah.
it went very smooth. It was very well received. I've had many people pull me aside and tell me how much they appreciated that it wasn't as full and the menu, and that we just offered something like that.
Yes.
So we'll have to definitely do this for
Little
10,
class.
15, 20, 25.
That's right. I won't be here, but you'll have a good time. All right. So tell me more about events, because I know you do events everywhere. But tell me, what have you got planned for the winter and the spring and all of that? What's up?
Yeah, so we are, we're honestly trying to carve out, and we've done a really good job, a name for ourselves as a premier wedding destination in the heart of the Ozarks. We've had clients from all corners of the country, and it's been really neat to host people from all over that get to come and experience our area and all of the things that we offer here, let alone just have an event at our location. But we are excellent in our executions, and we have many bookings for the rest of this year and into next year. So we have several new initiatives, whether it's just little trendy things like champagne towers or certain sunset features and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
I've been working with the same team for years, and we've really built rapport, and the feedback that we've received has been positive and
Yes.
good.
May I brag on you for a moment?
Yeah.
I know that recently, not a lot of people know this, but there was a problem with a photographer, and you stepped in and made it happen anyway for a wedding. Isn't that correct?
Yeah. That was about 3 weeks ago, a month ago. Yeah, they had an event, and for whatever reason, their photographer needed to leave. She wasn't feeling good. It happens.
Yes.
Life happens. And I took everyone down to the pergola, and we did a photo shoot. I mean, it was just on my iPhone, but I mean, it was Apple, so it was professional photos. But it went well. I mean, and they didn't know I was doing it. I was just, it just felt right. I had my team upstairs, so they were doing what they needed to, and I took them down, and we captured photos that wouldn't have been captured otherwise. And it went well. It was fun, and it didn't take very long. Effort is free, and they were amazing to work with from start to finish. Just really good, kind people. And like I said, they were all from Maine and California, and so it was neat to be able to pay into that experience more.
So you added that to your resume.
I mean, well, no, not really.
Well,
just
but that
trying
just
to create a good experience. Yeah.
That just shows the professional in you, because you step in and you see a problem and you fix it.
Yeah.
And then there's that.
Yeah.
So I know you're still doing the February. Wasn't there some big thing you were doing in February, or is that last year?
Last year. Remember. Last year.
But are you doing anything like that? Is there anything you can talk about yet?
Yes. So come January and February, we are wanting to do like an open house on Sunday. It's just free. It's just going to be walk-in, and it's just going to be for a couple hours. And I can have another one of these with you and go over details. But we're just wanting to do an open house where people can stop by, and view the space, talk to me. My team will be there, and they can see the room staged. Because as much as we do weddings, events, and ceremonies, we're also ideal for offsite corporate meetings. We do several of those, and birthdays. We just had an amazing Sweet 16 birthday last weekend, and it was different when you are used to the mindset of executing an event, because most people are a lot older. Where I had 9 16-year-olds, screaming, singing Olivia Rodrigo on the dance floor. But that's what they wanted, and it went fabulous. Yeah. They went downstairs and did all kinds of pictures outside. Yeah. But I mean, it was good, and that was a really impactful day for that 16-year-old.
Yeah.
But
so Bella Vista, if you have anything you want to celebrate, Lisa is the one to talk to, right?
I am.
Yes, and any of those venues, but for the fancy smancy ones,
or offsite catering, we'll come to you and we'll execute just as well.
That's right. Anything else you'd like to say before you sign off for today?
Thanking the people who have chosen to use our venues. It's been fun. They've created memories with me, and I feel honored to be able to support them, whether it's a wedding ceremony or a celebration of life.
Well, thank you so much.
Yeah.
I'll see you in the future, I know, because I can't wait to see what you have planned. And for now, bye, Bella Vista. We'll see you soon.
Bye.